Hello everyone, I'm a bit sick, so sorry for my voice, but I guess it's good enough to make another video, and today I wanted to talk about Canadian Pacific Railway. And this company owns approximately 21,000 kilometers, that is 13,000 miles, of tracks in Canada and the United States. And in December 2021, the Canadian rail operator completed its acquisition of Kansas City Southern, creating the first rail network that spans through Canada, US, and Mexico. And just recently, I made a video about Bill Ackman's portfolio, and he is growing his investment in Canadian Pacific Railway in a big way. It is a growth of over 400% in the last quarter. So let's try to see why did he decide to invest in this company. And let's start with finding out who owns it apart from Bill Ackman. Individual insiders. That is an X. Individual insiders own only 0.02% of this company. And we would like to see a number over 2%. So that is very disappointing because we want the management to have their skin in the game. And are individual insiders buying recently? That is an X. In the last 12 months, more shares are being sold than bought by insiders. And do super investors own this company? That is a check. 5 super investors own Canadian Pacific Railway. And are they buying right now? That is also a check. In the last quarter, they bought almost 12.3 million shares and sold just over 3 million shares. Okay, so now let's take a closer look at the financial health of Canadian Pacific Railway. Return on invested capital. That is a check. It is 12.1%, and we like to see this number higher than 10%, so that is really nice. And free cash flow growth? That is also a check. It is 15% annual growth in the last 10 years. So this is very good news because just as with return on invested capital, we want to see this number higher than 10%. And what do we know about net profit margin? It is a massive check. They have a margin of 33.1% with a sector median around 6.8%. So that is looking better and better. And now let's take a look at shares buyback. It is an X. In the last 10 years, they issued 7.7% extra shares. And that is because of a massive shift at the beginning of this year. The number of shares was going down through the years, and at the first quarter of 2022, it jumped from around 683 million shares to around 933 million shares. So they really needed a lot of cash to buy Kansas City Southern, and that is probably the reason for issuing more shares. But did they also had to get more debt? Yes, they did. It is an X. It would take them almost 13 years to pay the long-term debt with a current free cash flow. And we want to see this number below 2 years. And it did jump at the end of 2021 from $6.8 billion to around $14.8 billion. So they really had to get a lot of cash to close the deal with Kansas City Southern. And before we look at the dividends, I would be very grateful if you could press the like button, because that tells YouTube that this video is not that bad, and that way it helps to grow the channel. Okay, back to dividends. Dividend yield, that is a check. It is 0.7%. So Canadian Pacific Railway is paying 76 cents annually per every share. And the payout ratio? That is a check. It is a 20% payout ratio. And we want to see it somewhere between 20% and 50%. So it is a nice part of earnings that is getting distributed to the shareholders. But at the same time, it is not so big to substantially slow the growth of the company. Though in this case, we could wonder, wouldn't it be better to stop paying the dividends and pay back some of the debt, which is huge? Okay, and what about dividend growth? It is a check. 5-year growth rate is around 12.6%. So that is really nice. Okay, so now let's value this company using a discounted cash flow formula. And we will have to estimate the growth of Canadian Pacific Railway for the next 10 years, and we will make 3 scenarios of this growth. So, in the low scenario, we will estimate a growth of 6% for the first 5 years and then 5%. In the medium, 9% and then 8%. And in the high scenario, 12% for the first 5 years and then 10%. So with such estimates, the intrinsic value in the low scenario is around $5, $10 in the medium one, and $15 in the high one. But we have to always add a margin of safety. I use a 30% one, and that makes me feel comfortable. I know that my assumptions can be a little bit wrong, and still I will not get into any serious trouble. And with such a margin, we get $3 in the low one, $7 in the medium one, and over $10 in the high scenario. And the current price is around $75. Now, as we can see, the price is nowhere near our calculation of the intrinsic value. And there are 2 reasons for that. One is an incredible amount of debt that we have to take into consideration. And the second reason is an exceptional jump in number of shares. So basically, if it wasn't for the cost of acquisition of Kansas City Southern, this story would look completely different. So we have a company that has an incredible profit margin, that is growing, and that has a potential to do very well in the future. But this growth generated a lot of problems, debt and issuing shares. And because of this acquisition, the price just does not seem right. But who knows, maybe in the long term, this acquisition will be looked at as a great move. Right now, it does look a bit risky, but let me know in the comments, what do you think? And remember that this analysis should be treated as just the first look at this company, and you should always do your own due diligence before making any financial decisions. That's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I would really appreciate if you could press the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one. Thanks again, and bye-bye.